Eula, age unknown. An old, eyeless man who is high priest of the Black Rock, but also seems to maintain a role as a very important cleric in a different faith practiced in the part of the corridor in which Yaz has arrived. A now destroyed Haze Gate, these are also known as Haze Gates, in the Black Rock, allowed the priests to visit the corridor. Jessis, an old woman who is part of the Black Rock priesthood. Cray, a young woman who is part of the Black Rock priesthood. Yaz, Eris, Thurin, and Quina journeyed south across the ice and reached the corridor. The last few thousand miles of the crossing were achieved using a haze gate linked to another such gate beneath the Sweet Mercy convent. During the journey, it became clear that the spirit known as Theus had possessed the iron dog, Zox, that they'd brought with them from the Black Rock to pull their sled. The creature that calls himself Theus is made from all the undesirable parts of one of the missing. Carved out of that person before what was left of him ascended to some other plane/place with the rest of the missing. Theus's goal is to reunite with the rest of himself and have a reckoning with his fellow missing, who forced this unwanted purification on him. The missing came from Earth. They were the first of 5 waves of humanity that eventually ended up on Abeth as the stars started to die. The missing were thought to have departed before the other 4 waves arrived, though a small number, rebelling against ascension, hid out in the far north and later mingled with the newcomers. The missing's last instruction to their cities was that none should follow them, an instruction aimed at the city intelligences and their minions, with the intention of gifting them the world. Unfortunately, after the passage of millennia and the unforeseen arrival of more humans, the cities interpreted the order as being aimed at the new people and acted to undermine their civilization so that they wouldn't have the means to follow the missing. The leader of the city minds, Seius, is now working to bring down the moon so that the ice will close over the corridor and reduce mankind to an ever more tenuous survival on the ice. Theus, like many of the missing, was born on Earth and brought to Abeth as a machine-hosted intelligence, though, as with Eris, it's not clear if he is truly alive or a copy of a man who is now dead. Where Eris was eventually downloaded into a realistic but mechanical body, Theus was imprinted on a baby. This was the baby seen in the prologue to Book 1, the baby for whom the ice witch, Agatha, predicted greatness and fire. The fact that Theus managed to pull himself together and is able to function so well is a clear indication that, whoever he was before, he was an individual of exceptionally strong will, and also someone who required the majority of his personality to be purified before he was deemed fit to ascend. Yaz's group acquired a new member on the ice, Mally, a novice from Sweet Mercy. Almost immediately after their arrival at the convent, Yaz and her friends discovered that Eula, whom they had known as an elder among the broken under the ice, and as the high priest of the order that lived in the Black Rock, was also maintaining the role of a powerful cleric in the ancestor faith practiced in this part of the corridor. Eula seems to be in charge and has falsely accused them of murder. He told Yaz she had come a long way to die. Chapter 1. Yaz and Mally. Yaz had walked on water her entire life, and now, in this place where it fell molten from the skies, they planned to drown her in the stuff.